One account for investing, one account for trading. Stop sabotaging your wealth by mixing the two. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what we need to do. If you are okay, I want to trade. Because on this channel, I talk a lot about long-term wealth building, but there are people who say they want to trade. But I have news for you. You can do that, but you have to be very careful. Now, I'm reading the book called The Intelligent Investor. And let me tell you, it's a really good read. So if you are a reader and you're an investor and you want to learn more, in addition to sticking around on this channel, you might want to get that book. So in the book, they put it very neatly. They don't call it trading. They call it speculative suggestions, right? Because that is essential what trading is. Trading is you going into the market and you're looking, and I'm going to link a video below or somewhere where I talk about trading. And, if you want to really learn about trading, you can watch that video. But trading, you don't know anything about the company. You have no idea how the company makes money. You have no idea, you're just looking at the charts to look for your entry point and your exit point. The readers call that, or the authors call that, speculative guessing, right? And in fact, that is what it is. I call it gambling too. But in fact, that's what it is. You're just looking at a company's charts to look at, is it bullish? Is it bearish? The wicks, sticks, the candlesticks. You're just looking to see when is a good entry point and when do I need to exit this play. You do not want to mix the money that you're using to build your wealth with the money that you're using to speculate, because then you might lose all of your wealth, right? And so why do I say this? I have several investment accounts, and I do have an account that I used for speculative investing. It's not even investing, speculative guessing, right? And so I do suggest, if you want to build long-term wealth, but you also want to still do some trading, separate your funds. Use different investment accounts, because what you don't want to happen is, you of course know, before I go any further, I do want to say, if you like what you're hearing so far, do like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and share this video with someone you know who is interested in building their wealth using the stock market. Okay, what you don't want to happen, you have your money that is set aside to build wealth, and you're trading money in one account, and you have a trade or a play that goes bad. Guess what's going to happen? The money that is in there building your wealth, it's going to go down, even if the trade goes bad, right? And so you're going to be losing your wealth, money, to your trading speculations, and you don't want that to happen. So it's highly suggested, if you want to trade, that's okay. Just make sure you have two separate accounts for your wealth building and for your trading. And I have 3 accounts, because I also have accounts where I'm building my children's wealth as well. And so it's totally fine if you want to trade and invest, but just make sure you have 2 accounts. And it's okay to have several accounts. I talk about that as well in one of my videos. And so if you want to have several accounts because you have different goals and different aspirations, you may want to, of course, do that. Okay. But I always say, trading is for experienced people, but if you want to dibble and dabble, make sure you separate the accounts and do not mix the two, because then you may very well dip into your wealth. Until next time.